No one expected it. In a family defined by rules, etiquette, and centuries of tradition, Princess Charlotte shattered the silence with a single act that changed everything. Cameras captured it all, a simple, heartfelt gesture directed at Princess Anne. For a moment, time seemed to stop. Queen Camilla, who has stood firm through scandals, criticism, and the harsh gaze of the public, was left completely speechless. The reason? Charlotte's act wasn't just touching. It was symbolic, disruptive, and a glimpse into the kind of royal she is destined to become. What could a young girl have done that shook the hierarchy of Britain's most powerful family? To answer that, we have to understand who Charlotte is, who Anne is, and why this moment matters far more than it seems. From the very beginning, Charlotte has stood apart from other royal children. She has the poise of someone far older than her years, the confidence of a future leader, and the intuition to know when the world is watching. At only 8 years old, she's already gone viral multiple times, whether it's gently correcting her older brother George during Trooping the Color, reminding Louis to behave during Platinum Jubilee celebrations, or bowing with perfect precision at Queen Elizabeth II's funeral when many adults around her faltered. Observers say she has something Diana once had, the ability to connect without words. But unlike Diana, Charlotte grew up in an era where every move is amplified instantly across social media. That pressure could crush many. Yet Charlotte has handled it with a calm presence, earning comparisons to her mother, Catherine, and even her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth. Each public appearance adds to her reputation as the star of the next generation. But what she did this time went far beyond protocol and poise. It revealed her heart. To understand why Charlotte's gesture carried such weight, we need to look at the woman who received it, Princess Anne. The only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II, and has long been considered the workhorse of the monarchy. She rarely makes headlines, but year after year she tops the list of the most engagements carried out by a royal. More than 400 in a single year, countless ribbons cut, ceremonies attended, and hands shaken. She does it with no fanfare, no demand for attention, no desire to be adored, and has never cared about being glamorous. She has always cared about being useful. She represents the old model of royal duty, silent, unyielding, relentless. And because of that, she's often overlooked by the press in favor of the younger, more fashionable royals. But within palace walls, her reputation is unmatched. She is respected, even feared, for her discipline and her loyalty. Few have dared to openly honor her in public. Few even think to. And that is what made Charlotte's decision so powerful. The event seemed routine at first, a formal gathering with dignitaries, cameras flashing, and the royal family assembled in their carefully choreographed formation. Princess, and true to form, stood stoically in her place, projecting calm authority. Charlotte, small among the towering adults, was expected to simply stand politely, smile, and follow instructions. But she didn't. Instead, Charlotte turned to Anne. She looked up, reached out, and gently squeezed her hand. The move was subtle, almost easy to miss. Yet for those who caught it, the message was unmistakable. It was affection. It was recognition. It was gratitude. And it broke through the invisible barrier that keeps the royals emotionally distant in public. Anne's face softened immediately. The famously stern Princess Royal, known for her no-nonsense demeanor, allowed the briefest flicker of warmth to appear. A small nod, an unspoken thank you, an acknowledgement that Charlotte's gesture had meaning. Around them, the atmosphere shifted, and standing nearby, Queen Camilla froze, visibly caught off guard by the sight. Why did this leave Camilla speechless? For decades, Camilla has fought to find her place within the monarchy. She has endured years of being painted as the outsider, the rival to Diana, the woman who had to claw her way into acceptance. Every smile she gives, every event she attends, is carefully measured, controlled, rehearsed. She knows better than anyone that the public does not easily forgive or forget. So when Charlotte, a child, broke protocol with such ease and authenticity, it highlighted something Camilla has always struggled with: natural connection. Camilla has earned her role through persistence, but Charlotte commands affection without even trying. And this wasn't directed at Camilla, it was directed at Anne, the royal known for her relentless service. That made it even more striking. In that moment, Camilla was reminded of how fragile her position still is, and how effortlessly Charlotte can shift the spotlight with something as simple as a touch. Royal insiders later whispered that Camilla was momentarily stunned, unsure how to respond. She couldn't step in. She couldn't overshadow it. All she could do was watch as the cameras captured a new royal star being born. The internet erupted. Within hours, clips and photos of Charlotte's gesture flooded social media. Hashtags praising her maturity and warmth trended across platforms. Commentators called her the monarchy's secret weapon, while fans compared her to both Diana and Catherine. It wasn't just a child holding an aunt's hand. It was something symbolic, something that hinted at the kind of monarchy people want to see. Human, compassionate, real. Tabloids splashed headlines like "Charlotte steals the show" and "the gesture that melted Britain's heart." Experts noted how rare it is to see genuine affection within the royal family, especially between extended relatives like Charlotte and Anne. Some analysts even suggested that the public has been craving such authenticity for years, and Charlotte gave it to them in 1 second. The praise was overwhelming, but beneath it was a deeper question. What does this mean for the monarchy moving forward? Generational contrasts became impossible to ignore. Princess and represents an era where royals were expected to remain emotionally restrained at all times. No tears, no embraces, no signs of vulnerability. To survive in that world and master the art of stoicism. But Charlotte belongs to a different generation, one where authenticity is currency and connection is everything. Where and was trained to hide emotion, Charlotte is praised for showing it. Where Camilla worked tirelessly to be accepted, Charlotte is adored instinctively. And that difference matters. Because the monarchy's survival depends on winning hearts in a modern world that values openness over perfection. Charlotte's gesture may have been small, but it symbolized a seismic shift. She showed that the royals of tomorrow will not be carbon copies of the royals of the past. They will bring something new. For those who looked closely, the hand squeeze carried layers of symbolism. To many, it seemed like Charlotte was offering in something rarely given in public, recognition. It was as if Charlotte was saying, "I see you. I respect what you've done. I honor your sacrifice." In that tiny gesture, Charlotte validated decades of Anne's service, something the wider public often overlooks. Some even speculated that Charlotte's action was instinctive, proof of an emotional intelligence beyond her years. Children often mimic what they learn at home. From Catherine, Charlotte has seen grace and kindness. From William, she has seen duty and empathy. Together, they've raised a daughter who understands that real strength lies in connection. By reaching for, and Charlotte wasn't just showing affection. She was reminding everyone that the monarchy, beneath all its pageantry, is still a family. So what does this mean for the monarchy moving forward? If Charlotte is already commanding attention with gestures like this, imagine the influence she'll have as she grows older. Analysts believe she may become the emotional anchor of her generation, the royal who bridges duty with humanity. Much like Diana once did, but in her own unique way. Her actions suggest a future where royals are not just distant figures, but relatable individuals. A future where gestures of kindness matter as much as titles and crowns. For Camilla, this realization may have been difficult. For Anne, it was perhaps affirming. And for the monarchy, it was a glimpse of the path forward. Charlotte is proving that the next generation won't just inherit the throne. They'll reshape what it means to sit on it. In the end, it was just a squeeze of the hand. Small, fleeting, almost invisible. But within that moment lived decades of history, years of sacrifice, and the promise of a new future. Anne's nod, Charlotte's boldness, Camilla's silence. Together they told a story of tradition colliding with change. Charlotte reminded the world that behind the jewels, the palaces, and the protocol, there are people. People with emotions, with bonds, with silent tributes that matter more than 1,000 official speeches. One act of kindness revealed more about the future of the monarchy than any carefully written press release ever could. And if this moment is anything to go by, Princess Charlotte is not just growing into her role, she's redefining it. She's showing the world that even in the most rigid institution, humanity still shines through. And that is why Queen Camilla, for once, had no words. So what do you think? Will Charlotte lead the monarchy into a new era of warmth and connection? Or was this just the beginning of something bigger? One thing is certain, we'll be watching. And if you want to keep uncovering the untold stories shaping the future of the royals, don't forget to hit subscribe. Because moments like this are only the beginning.